guys, I'm going to make a video. I'm going to make a video about the Sixth Trumpet War, and I believe that the hour that we are living in the book of Revelation, or Matthew 24, is the Sixth Trumpet War. I'm going to make this as quick as possible to see how much I can get done in 15 minutes. So I'm going to make a chart that is very important. I believe the Sixth Trumpet War has started, that this war that we're in with Russia is the Sixth Trumpet War that's not going to stop. It's going to continue all the way to Ezekiel 38, and it's going to all the way until Armageddon, when the seventh trumpet is blown. See how well I do. I'm going to go by the Spirit. This is not rehearsed. This is raw. I'm going to try to give you as much as possible in 15 minutes. Here we go. I'm going to start out with Abomination of Desolation. Which I wrote down happened in 70 AD. I know most people believe that the Abomination of Desolation spoken of by Daniel hasn't happened yet. I am part historist and I'm part futurist. So if you bear with me for 15 minutes, I'm going to explain that the 70 AD Abomination of Desolation is different from the Second Thessalonians that Paul wrote about the man of sin. The apostasy shall happen first, then the man of sin shall be revealed. And he shall sit inside the temple of God, claiming to be God inside the temple of God. I'm claiming that the Abomination of Desolation spoken of by Daniel is specifically about Solomon's temple for Israel. And I'm saying Paul's Second Thessalonians is about the church, and it's about the mark of the beast.
$25 new email.
There's a different marker. It's better. I don't know if you can see that, but I put down here 1 through 4 trumpets, 5 and the 5th trumpet, 6th trumpet, the 7th trumpet. And the 7th trumpet, it's split. It's called the Day of the Lord. And we are currently here right now. This hour. But as a historist point of view, I believe that all this happened in our history. As a futurist point of view, I believe we're waiting to fulfill the sixth trumpet and the seventh trumpet. We're living in that hour. And I'm making a claim that the Spirit's telling me that this Sixth Trumpet War that we're in with Russia is the Sixth Trumpet War in chapter 9, the book of Revelation, where 1/3 of the population is going to die with this war. It is a world war. And this war is going to continue. There's only one trumpet left. We're that close. Jesus is arriving in the clouds of heaven. And in the next trumpet, after this war is finished, that Russia is not going to be defeated. Russia is going to take all of Europe. And I'm also making a claim that sometime during this trumpet, the Pope of the Catholic Church is going to align with these. The Sixth Trumpet War, what's happening right now, is that I'm going to read it to you. First four seals is the four horsemen of the apocalypse. Okay. 24 elders. This is the period of the 24 elders, which is the church. Some people believe it's the bride. I believe it's the church. Shorten those days. Shorten those days. All the way up to here. This period here, the first 5 seals, is when the Bible talked about Matthew 24, 22, 29. Is it 24 to 29? 22 to 29? Pray that your light will not take place in winter or on the Sabbath, for then there will be great distress. Okay? Distress unequaled from the beginning of the world until now, and never to be equaled again. If those days had not been cut short, no one would survive, but for the sake of the elect. The 24 elders are the elect. Shorten those days. He's shortening the days for the sake of the elect, which is the 24 elders. But for the sake of the elect, those days will be shortened, so that if anyone says to you, look here, look there, blah, blah, for false prophets, blah, 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 force lightning coming, blah, blah, blah. Immediately after the distress of those days, the elect days, this is called the elect days. Elect days or 24 elders. Or the days that are shortened. Those days shortened. In Matthew 24. Matthew 24 is talking about the same stuff. The first 5 seals in the book of Revelation, because in the 5th seal, he sees the 24 elders. Okay? And it's talking about the people wearing white robes that were taken out of great tribulation. So the tribulation happens in the 5th seal in the book of Revelation. In Matthew 24, he says, in those days, but the distress of those days shall be shortened for the elect's sake. So the elect days and the 24 elders are the same as those days. Okay? So because those days are shortened. Because those distress days are shortened. So these days right here are all shortened. Okay, if you can see that in the video. The first 5 seals have already been shortened. And how does he shorten it? Okay, by blowing the trumpets. So John sees in the book of Revelation, it matches Matthew 24. The book of Revelation, the 5th seal is about the people wearing white robes. I'm not going to read it, but John sees the people wearing white robes, and John says, and the people are saying, "How much longer, Lord? How much longer?" And the Lord responds, "There's more people that's going to come after you, after the tribulation." And then the 6th seal. This is World War I. This is World War II. And this is where we are right now, World War III. So what I'm saying is, once the trumpet was blown, it's being blown. This is only the last 100 years. World War I ended in 1917. We're only in 2020 right now, 2022. It's only 100 years. The trumpets are blown real quick in succession. What happens when somebody blows the trumpet? It means they're warning. If you're in the military, somebody blows the trumpet. If you've ever been in a military band or anything to do that blows the trumpet, it signifies that something magnificent is about to happen. It's a warning, or something is about to come. Something is coming. So that's why the 7 trumpets are blown. Jesus shortens these days for the elect's sake. Okay? Now the elect, because I am a historist and a futurist, the elect days are the same as the times of the Gentiles. These are all the times of the Gentiles. And who's living in the times of the Gentiles? It's the church. It's the elect. And who is the elect? It's also the 24 elders. So he shortens these days right around this period in World War I. And how does he do it? By blowing the trumpets. Okay? So I just want to reiterate. I'm trying to do as quick as possible, as much information. Matthew, where are you, Matthew? Matthew 24. And then he says immediately, right here, immediately after the distress of those days, immediately after the 5th seal, immediately after the 5th seal, in the book of Revelation, and I'm reading Matthew 24. It says immediately after the distress of those days, the Great Tribulation. Okay? If you look in the book of Revelation, the 5th seal is talking about immediately after. These are the people that come out of the Great Tribulation. Okay? It's the elect. It's the dead elect. It's the people wearing white robes. The 24 elders are also up there. 24 elders are the people that died during this period of time. Martyr or not martyr. The people wearing white robes stained in blood red are the people that were martyred. The people wearing the 24 crowns are the 24 elders, which is the church. Okay? That lived through this period. And it's going to continue to live. All of us that die, we're going to wear a crown. We're going to be one of the 24 elders. But immediately after the distress of, this is the Great Tribulation that the Bible is talking about. There is no difference between tribulation or Great Tribulation, as the pre-tribulation people want you to believe. That there's a 3.5 tribulation and a 3.5 year Great Tribulation. There is no such thing. Tribulation and Great Tribulation, great distress or distress, is the same thing in the Bible. This whole thing is a tribulation period. But the tribulation that the Bible is talking about in Matthew 24 is the 5th seal. Because it matches. If you read the 5th seal in the book of Revelation and you read Matthew 24, it's talking about this 5th seal. It's talking about those days. Immediately after those days, what are those days? He's shortening those days. Who are living in those days? The elect. the elect are living in those days, and it's continuous. Okay, he's shortening these days so that the elect will. So this period here is the trumpets are going to be blown in succession. It's going to be fast. The elect is still alive. It's still here on earth, but he's going to shorten these days because people are dying too fast, right? And it's taking too long. This is 1700 years. Okay. The first 6 seals about 1700 years. From the seventh seal to the end of the sixth, to the very end here, it's only 120 years. So it is quick. But it says right here, immediately after the distress of those days, the sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the moon will not give its light. The stars will fall from the sky, and the heavenly bodies will be shaken. This is symbolic, guys, okay? Then will they appear. This is the seventh. Then all of a sudden he jumps from over here. Okay, he's talking about the fifth seal, right? In Matthew 24. If you read the fifth seal in the book of Revelation, it's the same thing. So from here, it says immediately after the distress of those days, immediately after the tribulation of those days, the sun and the moon, this whole thing here is the sun and the moon. Okay? Immediately after the fifth seal, the tribulation of those days, book of Revelation, Matthew 24. The sun and the moon. When does the sun and the moon happen? World War I, World War II, and World War III. And we are in World War III. And if you want to go by trumpets, we are in the sixth trumpets. This area right here, guys, this is what I'm trying to emphasize. The sixth seal, the seventh seal, nothing happens. There's only half an hour silence in heaven. The seventh seal is about the opening of the seven trumpets. Okay? So the beginning of the sixth seal is when he sees the second half of the people wearing white robes and the 24 elders again. You know. And he talks about people looking in the sky and they think it's the wrath of the Lamb has come to fall on us. It's a symbolic sentiment that there was a world war that just began. Okay? That sixth seal where the people are saying, don't fall on us, don't fall on us. People are hiding in caves to run away from the wrath of the Lamb. Okay? The wrath of the Lamb is not the day of the Lord. The wrath of the Lamb they're talking about, these are people scared to death because they're seeing the wars begin. What happened in 1917? People thought that was the World War. People thought the world was going to end. It began in the sixth seal. And this is right after the distress of those days. The sixth seal happens after the distress of those days. These are the distress of this is the tribulation. Immediately after the distress of these days, the sun and the moon and the stars shall not give its light. Then shall the Son of Man be seen in the clouds of heaven. He skips from here to here, but in between, he says the sun and the moon. Something happens to the sun and moon. He's talking about World War I, World War II, and World War III. Jesus and Matthew is talking about. Jesus is talking about the same thing in both. It's the book of Revelation is the revelation of Jesus Christ. Matthew 24 is Jesus speaking to the 12 apostles. It's also in Mark 13, it's also in Luke 17 and Luke 21. It's identical. So I'm just going to stick to Matthew 24. So this period of time, folks, is the period of the trumpets. And all trumpets, from the first trumpet blown to the last trumpet, is the world wars. It is World War I, World War II, and World War III. We are in the last phase of the world wars. We are in the sixth trumpet. If you read the sixth trumpet, Jesus calls it the second woe. Okay? The first woe was the fifth trumpet. The fifth trumpet is the first woe. Sixth trumpet is the second woe. And the seventh trumpet is the third woe. This is the first trumpet. First woe, second woe, third woe. He says woe because many people are going to die. Okay? Many people are going to fall. We are in the sixth trumpet now. I know people don't believe that we are already in the trumpets, but we are. World War I, World War II. The first 4 trumpets is World War II. The 5th trumpet was the Cold War, or the atomic era, where America and Russia were fighting for unipolar world. Okay, if you guys don't understand unipolar, bipolar, multipolar, and what's happening right now, the 5th trumpet, America ruled the world as a sole superpower, American hegemony. Okay, and just bear with me. I can't put everything here in context and prove it to you, but I hope I get enough. The 5th trumpet was the reign of Babylon. Okay, Mystery Babylon is reigning, is ruling the world in the 5th trumpet. Before the 5th trumpet, there was World War II. Before World War I before World War II was World War I. The 5th trumpet was, we just finished it. This war with Russia right now, this is the 10 kings, folks, in Revelation chapter 13. The 6th trumpet, the 6th trumpet is described in Revelation 13, 17, and 18. It is a parenthetical chapters of the 6th trumpet. If you read the 6th trumpet, you got to read the entire 6th trumpet. It's chapter 9 and chapter 11 in the book of Revelation. Skip chapter 10. Just trust me. You got to skip chapter 10. The 6th trumpet in the book of Revelation is described in Revelation chapter 9. You just read it. Read chapter 9. The second half. Chapter 9 has the 5th trumpet and the 6th trumpet. We just finished the 5th trumpet. That's when America ruled the world with the dollar, the petrodollar. We had perpetual wars during the Cold War. It's talking about the locust army. That is the United States. That is the reign of Mystery Babylon. It is over. It is finished. Okay? Now we are in the 6th trumpet. Now that Russia has invaded Europe. Okay? I don't know why they're being blamed for invasion, because America has been invading many countries for 80 years. Okay? So, but anyways, this war is going to start out and end exactly the way God says. Whoever is the good guy or the bad guy, it doesn't matter. This is a war between the beast and Babylon. Okay? I want you to understand that this 6th trumpet we're in right now is not going to end. The 5th trumpet was just ended. America is no longer the world hegemony. I'm going to read to you Revelation 13, 17, and 18. Remember, the 6th trumpet war, if you read it, he's talking about a great war that's going to kill 1/3 of the population. And how does Jesus describe the 6th trumpet war? You got to read chapter 13, 17, and 18. And it's talking about who? It's talking about 2 empires that's living side by side. It's talking about Mystery Babylon, the woman that sits on the back of the beast. Right? That is 2 empires. The woman is Mystery Babylon. The beast, who is the beast? I'm going to read to you who the beast is. There are 3 beasts in the book of Revelation. There is only one Antichrist. Obviously, one of the beasts is the Antichrist. People make a mistake, folks, by saying there is an Antichrist, there is a false prophet, there is a beast, there is an abomination of desolation. The abomination of desolation, folks, happened in 70 AD. There is no 3.5 period. We are in the 6th trumpet. Okay? There is no Antichrist and false prophet. It's one and the same. Okay, I'm going to prove to you later. Well, hopefully, I can prove to you later. But anyway, here's Revelation 13. That's what's happening right now. Okay, this 3 beast is going to form. Mystery Babylon is already here. Mystery Babylon showed up in the 5th trumpet. Want to know who Mystery Babylon is? Read the 5th trumpet in the book of Revelation. Okay, that is describing Mystery Babylon, the United States of America. It's the one world hegemony of American hegemony. That's what happened in the 5th trumpet. We are in the 6th trumpet now. It's over. It's coming to an end. I'm not trying to fearmonger anybody. I'm trying to wake up people. I want people to wake up and stop teaching this pre-tribulation lie. Okay, I was once a pre-tribulation believer. I used to believe this is a 7-year period in the middle. This is the Great Tribulation. This is the tribulation. This is the Great Tribulation. As I studied more, I got warmer and warmer to the truth. And this is the truth. This is what the Spirit has given me. Okay, this is so close to the truth. It's so warm. I'm not claiming to be flawless, but it's so warm to the truth. It blows the mid-trib, pre-trib, post-trib, pre-wrath. The dispensational versions of how the book of Revelation is compared to Matthew 24. I'm letting you know I am a historist and a futurist. Okay, I am not one of those. I'm a combined of those. I just read it and I put it both together, and I see the history from here and back, and I see here and the future. If you're a historist, every one of this has happened. If you're a futurist, none of this has happened. And I'm telling you, it's in between. Okay, I'm telling you, this is what I got from the Spirit. This is the warmest to the truth as possible. Now, the sixth trumpet is describing a war, and it is the last war because it's the sixth trumpet, folks. If you understand the book of Revelation, it's numbered from 7 seals, and then the 7th seal consists of 7 trumpets, okay? And the 7th trumpet is when Jesus arrives, okay? I know the pre-trib teaches that he arrives here, raptures you, and then he comes back here. I'm telling you it's false, because they're basing it on this abomination of desolation, which already happened in 70 AD. But anyways, Jesus arrives on the 7th trumpet. We are in the 6th trumpet now, and this is what's going to happen in this 6th trumpet war. If you read the 6th trumpet, the book of Revelation, it talks about 1/3 of the population will die with this great war. But because it's the 6th trumpet, there's only 1 trumpet left, 7th. So that war is not going to end. If you read it, the 6th trumpet, Enoch and Elijah also arrives in the same trumpet. After this war with America, after this war between Russia and its 9 kings, okay, I'm going to read to you what's going to happen. This war between Mystery Babylon and the 10 horned beast, the 10 crowned beast. After this war is finished, it's the same trumpet, the 6th trumpet. Enoch and Elijah shows up for the last 3.5 years. The last 3.5 years of this trumpet war will bring about. After the 3.5 years, the 7th trumpet is blown. You can read it. It's chapter 11. So you read chapter 9, skip chapter 10, read chapter 11. 9 and 11 is the 6th trumpet. It describes a war that's going to continue all the way through, and then Enoch and Elijah shows up to preach for 3.5 years. Okay? And then right after that, after they die and rise from the dead, the 7th trumpet is blown. You can read it. So right now the 6th trumpet, this war with America is going to end with Enoch and Elijah showing up to fulfill chapter 11, which is also the 6th trumpet of the book of Revelation, to fulfill the last 3.5 years, not of the abomination of desolation, 3.5 years of the last of the 70th week of Daniel's prophecy. Because the first 3.5 years, I believe, Jesus fulfilled on the cross. Right? I believe that the prince of the people was Jesus Christ, not the Antichrist. If you put it in that context, there's only 3.5 years left, and there's only 3.5 years described in the book of Revelation, and it is in the 6th trumpet where we are right now. We're getting ready to fulfill the last 3.5 years. Enoch, I'm making a claim that Enoch and Elijah is coming very, very soon, because we are in that hour. And they're going to finish off the last 3.5 years. We do not know the day or the hour, because we do not know the exact day they're going to show up. But they're going to show up right now, right after this war with America. I'm going to read to you what the 6th trumpet is. It's described in 13, 17, and 18. The dragon stood on the shore of the sea, and I saw a beast. This is beast number 1, coming out of the sea. This is a beast that comes out of the sea. Okay, and it's describing, here it is. It had 10 horns and 7 heads with 10 crowns on its horns. Okay? And then it says, I saw a beast that resembled a leopard, a bear, and a lion. And the dragon gave the beast its power. One of the heads were wounded, seemed to have been wounded with a fatal wound, but the wound had been healed. Folks, this has been a mistake. This 10 crowns is talking about. Obviously, let me see. It's described in chapter, at the end of the chapter. Or is it 17? Described in 17 or 18? Well, you got to read to 13. I don't want to. I'm trying to go fast. 13, 17. The 10 crowns. Obviously, if you continue to read 13, 17, and 18, it's telling you that it's 10 kings. Okay, and the 10 kings. That's who Russia is, folks. What is forming right now in this Sixth Trumpet War, the Great River Euphrates War, whatever you want to call it, the Caspian Sea War that's attached to Turkey and Syria, and this war that's breaking out right now with Ukraine, Russia. It's not a Ukraine-Russia war, folks. This is the Sixth Trumpet War, and it is a war that describes. There you go. There's 10 horns that rises out of the sea. And then here's the second beast. That's the first beast. Then I saw a second beast coming out of the earth this time. It had 2 horns like a lamb, but it spoke like a dragon. This is the false prophet. The book of Revelation calls this the false prophet. If you read in Matthew 24, he's called the antichrist. It's one and the same. And I'm going to prove to you why it's one and the same. There is no antichrist and a false prophet. It's talking about the same character. There is a third beast. This is the second beast. The third beast is Gog. Okay, but it talks about throwing the dragon, the beast, and the false prophet in the lake of fire alive. So if it's talking, we all know who the dragon is. It's Satan. The beast is the beast that comes out of the sea. And it says false prophet. The false prophet is the beast that comes out of the sea. There's only 3 that's thrown in the lake of fire, folks. There's no 4. According to dispensationalists, they teach there's 4. There's the dragon, the beast, the antichrist, and the false prophet. And I'm clarifying there's 3 beasts, and I'm telling you which one they are in real world terms. The first beast that comes out of the sea with the 10 crowns are 10 kings. That is Russia. That's what's happening right now, the 6th trumpet. It is forming. The crown is God's giving the crown to 10 kings. No longer does Queen Babylon have a crown. In the 5th trumpet, Queen Babylon, Mystery Babylon, had the crown in the 5th trumpet to rule the world with its locust army. The 6th trumpet is the end. It's the war between the 10-crown king that God's going to give it to and the removal of the crown from the crown of Babylon, the Queen of Babylon. It's the destruction of Babylon. The West is Mystery Babylon. America is the mother of all harlots. The East and the Middle East is going to be the 10 crowns. It is the revived Byzantine Empire, the Roman Empire. The West is going to be overtaken in this war by Russia. Some are going to capitulate. Some are going to be destroyed. America is going to be destroyed. I'm not telling this to you people lightly, but this is the truth. This war is going to continue. Russia is going to overtake all of Europe. It's going to align with 9 other kings that God's giving a crown to. It had 10 horns and 7 heads with 10 crowns on its horn. It has 10 crowns. This is God's will, okay? And it's going to be ruled by another false prophet, the one that comes out of the earth. And I believe that is the Pope. He's going to be given, his revived empire is the wounded head. Okay? But it's not, you can't really say it's the old Roman Empire. It's more like the Byzantine Empire, the eastern half of it. It was split in 1100 AD between the Byzantine, the west, and the east. If you guys still know a little bit about history, that happened. It's more like the Byzantine Empire, but the Pope is going to be the second beast. He's the beast with the two horns. He is the false prophet. He is the antichrist. The false prophet, the dragon, and the beast, the 10 kings, will be thrown in the lake of fire. Right? I think that's in Revelation 16 or 19. I don't, But anyway, we gotta read to you 17. What happens? The beast who once was and is now is an 8th king. Here's another beast. This is the 3rd beast. This is Revelation 17. When is this happening? Right now. All this is going to form right now. There's 10 crowns. God's going to give 10 crowns to 10 nations. We are watching Russia right now. God is raising up Russia for one of the crowns. China is one of the crowns. North Korea is one of the crowns. Iran is one of the crowns. Turkey is one of the crowns. Who is the other 5? I don't know. India, Pakistan, Jordan. Probably 2 countries from Europe. Maybe France will fall and join. Maybe Germany is going to fall and join and capitulate. The ones who capitulate are going to get a crown. The ones who fight are going to get destroyed, folks. What we know is, Revelation 13, God's going to give 10 crowns to 10 nations. And they're going to fight Babylon. Here it is, okay? How do you know they fight? I'm going to read it to you. The waters that you saw where the prostitute sits. This prostitute is Mystery Babylon in Revelation 18. If you want to know who Babylon is, she's described in Revelation 18, which is America. And she's ruling in the 5th trumpet. Okay? This 5th trumpet, she is ruling. We are in the 6th trumpet now. The crown is being taken away from America. Our society is going to lose its power. We already lost our economic power. By who? Saudi Arabia divorced America. The petrodollar is dead. In order to become a superpower, you need 3 things, folks. You need military power, you need economic power, you need political power. America just lost its economic power. It already lost its political power. Political power means you tell somebody diplomatically something, and they will bend their knee. Nobody listens to America anymore. So it has no more economic power. It has no more political power. It has one left, military. And right now, this war that's exploding with Russia, the world's going to watch. I hate to say it, the world's going to watch America's military power be tested. And when it gets tested, it's going to fail. Okay, folks, I'm trying to give you the signs that what I'm trying to tell you is true. That America is losing its 3 powers, military, political, and economic. It is Babylon. It is Mystery Babylon that sits on many waters. It is the great prostitute. It is the abominations of the whole earth. It is described in Revelation 18, description-wise, parenthetical-wise. It's a parentheses chapter for the trumpet war. It describes 2 major powers in the 6th trumpet that's fighting. It is Mystery Babylon versus the 10 crowns, the 10 kings of the Revelation. That is the beast that comes out of the sea. It's 10 kings. Russia is one of the kings that comes out of the sea. And what you're watching, what we are witnessing right now, folks, at this hour, we're not watching for a sign of the rapture. We are witnessing. We are looking at the sign we're watching right now is the 10 kings forming. The 10 crowns are forming, and their job is to what? The beast and the 10 horns, you saw will hate the prostitute. Who hates the prostitute? Who is forming? The beast that you saw? The 10 kings. The 10 kings that are forming right now in the sixth trumpet. Okay? With the 10 horns. We're going to witness the 10 horns. The 10 crowns. Same thing. 10 horns, 10 crowns. Form right now. At this hour. The next 12, 18 months. I don't know, 20 months. They will hate the prostitute. They will hate the West. The West is the prostitute. Mystery Babylon. The mother of all the prostitute that's leading this is America. America is the mother of prostitute that's going to be destroyed. They will bring her to ruin. Who's going to bring her? Who's her? Her is Babylon. Who's they? The 10 crowns is going to bring her to ruin, leave her naked, and they will eat her flesh and burn her with fire. For God has put it in Russia's heart and its allies. For God has put it in their hearts, the Russian Empire and its allies, to accomplish his purpose by agreeing to hand over to the beast their loyal authority until God's words are fulfilled. This is going to continue until America and the West are destroyed, folks, because this is God's will. Until God's words are fulfilled. And this war is going to continue until God's words are fulfilled. What is the fulfillment of the Sixth Trumpet War? It ends with 1/3 of the population dead. It ends with the destruction of Babylon. If you live in America like I do, I'm not trying to fearmonger you. I'm trying to prepare you. As a Christian, if you are an elect, you shall not be deceived. Please believe me. I'm not trying to deceive anyone. If you are an elect, if you're in the 24 elders, okay, these days were shortened so that these trumpets will be blown. It's going to save many more elects. It's only happening in a 100-year period. Believe me, I'm not trying to deceive the elect. I'm trying to wake people up, because the deceived are not supposed to be, the elect are not supposed to be deceived. This Sixth Trumpet War is the rising of the beast empire out of the sea, and the beast that out of the earth, and the 8th beast. There's the 3rd beast. The beast that once was and is not is an 8th king. He belongs to the 7 and is going to his destruction. This is the 3rd beast, folks. This is the beast that says, for in 1 hour they will receive authority along as kings. The 10 crowns is going to receive authority along with the beast. This is the 3rd beast, the 8th king. This is Gog, folks. If you know Ezekiel 38 and 39, this is the 8th king. He is the Gog. He is the military power, the false prophet. The first beast out of the sea are 10 kings. It's the New World Order. If you want to call it New World Order, but basically the Old World Order was the American order, American hegemony. The New World Order is 10 kings. That's the beast out of the sea. The beast out of the earth is the false prophet. It's the Pope. It's not Francis. It's the one after him, I believe. He's too old. It's the one right after him. The 3rd beast is the 8th king. And this is the 3rd beast that they are, in 1 hour, will receive authority as kings along with the beast. This Gog is going to form, folks, after this war. Okay, this is the 8th king. This is Gog from Magog. He is the 3rd beast. Read it. It's in Revelation 17, chapter 17. He talks about the 3rd beast. Revelation 13 talks about the 1st beast and the 2nd beast. Revelation 17 talks about the 3rd beast. It is Gog. It is the 8th king. It's the one that they're going to rule over for 1 hour. And here is another clue, folks. What does 1 hour mean in the Bible? It's only talked about in Revelation 13, 17, and 18. 13, 17, and 18. 1 hour will receive authority as kings along with the beast. Okay? So if the beast has authority for 1 hour, how long does the beast rule? 1 hour, right? Well, if you read in chapter 11, it tells you what the 1 hour means, because it's talking about Revelation chapter 11. Oh, what is chapter 11? It's the Sixth Trumpet War. The Sixth Trumpet War tells you what the 1 hour means, okay? And I will appoint my own witnesses, my 2 witnesses, and they will prophesy for 1260 days, clothed in sackcloth. They are the 2 olive trees and the 2 lampstands. 1260 days, 42 months, 3.5 years. Okay? Enoch, people believe it to be Enoch and Elijah for 1260 days. Okay? At this same period, who are they at war with? Who is Enoch and Elijah at war with? The beast. The beast that's going to rule, have authority for 1 hour, right? So if they're going to have authority, it's right here. Now when they have finished their testimony, the beast that comes up out of the abyss will attack them and overpower and kill them. The beast is here, and the 6th trumpet, who's going to kill Enoch and Elijah, who's going to rule for 42 months, who's going to preach for 42 months. So if the beast is there at the same time with Enoch and Elijah, and it's for 42 months, everybody understands that the beast will also rule only for 42 months, for 1260 days. So if Revelation tells you 17, that they will give their authority unto the beast for 1 hour. 1 hour equals 42 months. Okay? So how long is the destruction of Babylon? Everybody knows the mystery Babylon shall be destroyed in 1 hour, right? Do I need to find the verse for that? The destruction of Babylon is going to be destroyed in 1 hour. I just went over with you 13, 17, and 18. 1 hour is equal to 42 months. That means the destruction of Babylon is in 42 months. People stop teaching that it's a literal 1 hour, folks. America is not going to be destroyed in 1 hour. It's going to happen in 42 months. In 42 months.